Welcome back, YouTube. It is a great day to be different. So that's what we are going to do today. We're going to show you guys how to be different. We have a taper fade undercut. And as you guys can tell, there's not really much of an edge up. But we got the tools. And we're going to make it happen. So first things first, we're going to brush comb, lay everything down. As you can see, we're going to separate the short hair from the long hair. We are searching for any type of inconsistencies or anything that's going to prevent us from giving this man a nice haircut. And you can see the inconsistencies in the edge up for sure. It's not a solid edge up. It's thinner in certain spots. It's uneven. And it is difficult to attack. But you can see right here, we're going to go in with a half guard, second notch, using the claw method represented down there at the bottom right. And this allows me to be a little bit more precise in aiming for the smaller hairs, the shorter hair, to get in between where the short hair and the long hair is separated. I can dig in there with no issues. It gives me that one guard closed with the grain look. And it lays the hair down a little bit better, in my opinion. So this is the technique I like to use a lot of the times. So claw method all the way around, even behind the ear, as you can see right there. Making sure that we are hitting everything, laying everything down, making sure everything is even. Using the brush to clean off any debris. Then we're gonna hit them with some hairspray. Hairspray is gonna freeze the hair, so that way whenever we come back for the edge up process, it should melt right on off. And with his hairline being very inconsistent, we should be able to create ghost lines in areas that is not as solid as the rest of the edge up. Very important. We're gonna move on to the fade process. So the first step, we're gonna set in that bald line. As you can see right there, it is kind of slightly arced, creating a contoured shape specifically for this fade. And then we're gonna move on to the no guard all the way open. We're gonna go up about 1 inch, using the brush to clean off any debris. And boom, you see right there represented at the bottom right by the feather. We're gonna move right into the detail process. Tilting and over exaggerating the clipper. As you can see right there, using nothing but the corner. Using nothing but that left corner. We are attacking nothing but the dark spots. This is your feather technique. If you use it properly, it will prevent you from having to use more guards than you need to. More guards than necessary. So I'm going to drop down to the no guard all the way closed. Attack that bald line. Work our way up midway. And then eventually all the way open. We're going to feather the rest of this out. And we are detailing our way out of this fade. And you can see it coming together. No need for me to grab another guard. The only other guard I may need to use is going back to that half guard to continue the claw method just a little bit to lay the hair down in certain areas that I didn't see when I debulked. But other than that, the fade really did not require any other guard. So boom. We're gonna line up behind the ears just so I can get a better look at the fade. Once you put that line up back on the hair, put the line up behind the ear or the line up on the edge up, it does make the fade pop, and it will show you exactly what you did not get, and it will show you some areas that you may need to hit a little bit better. So I put that in there so I can see the fade. Once I like it, once I feel like it is how I want it to be, we will then move on to the other side. Boom. So here goes the other side and the back. It is the exact same steps. I'm gonna let you guys have it, and we will be back for the edge up process. All right. Welcome back to the edge up process. We're going to start right in the middle, and we're going to walk it to the left side. Does not matter which side you walk to first. Me, I'm normally standing on the left based off of the way that my station is set up. So I usually start on the left side. And we're going to go right back to the middle, using that as the reference because that's where we started, and we're going to walk it to the right. Boom. We're going to get the right side to match the left. Yes, sir. Tapping and going. You guys get a better look at what the edge up looks like. Very, very thin. Very, very light. Not an easy lineup by any means. We're going to attack that vertical bar. Slap some pencil on it for some contour. Making sure that it is even. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Attack that vertical bar. Slap some pencil on it for some contour. Boom. So that is as good as the natural edge up is going to be. But we have tools and we are going to use them. So we're going to move on to the enhancement stage. We're going to set a wet foundation first, and then we're going to follow right up with the dry fibers. The wet foundation is going to give the dry fibers something to stick to. Remember, we did use hairspray earlier, so to prevent from having to cake on hairspray, we are going to use the wet foundation. The wet foundation is going to give the dry fibers to stick, something to stick to. The dry fibers is going to follow up to get rid of that wet, shiny look that the wet enhancements leave behind. That is very important for pictures and very, very important for videos like this. The camera tends to pick up how reflective the wet enhancements are. So to get rid of that wet, shiny look and give it much more of a natural appeal, a much more matted look, that is what your dry fibers are for. So then we slap them with that hot sauce. That's going to allow me to push that pencil over and give it that razor blade effect, and also clean up any overspray of the wet or dry enhancement. So same thing on the other side. Wet foundation first. Dry fibers is going to stick. Get rid of the wet, shiny look. Fill in a lot better. Give it a much more natural appeal. Hit them with the hot sauce. Clean up any overspray of the wet or dry enhancements and push that pencil over for that razor blade effect without having to use a razor blade. That's very important for those barbers who are not comfortable with the razor blade or just don't have the experience. Upcoming barbers, very, very important. You can give that razor blade look without having to actually use a razor blade. And you guys can see. Hit them with some more hot sauce. It's gonna allow me to clean up any overspray. Boom, it's gonna be straight. We're gonna straighten that up. I noticed that the line was a little wiggly. It wasn't really all the way straight in my opinion. So we slapped some hot sauce on it and allowed me to eat up any overspray, or it allowed me to eat up any enhancement that we don't want and make it a little bit straighter. The back lineup is just as important as the front lineup. This thing would definitely bring the back lineup and the front taper together. I think it's just as important. Very important to have some good hitters too. And you guys can see the angle from here. Makes a huge, huge, huge difference. We're gonna handle the mirror. We're gonna give the nod of approval. He's gonna give it back. And you guys remember what he came in looking like. Jeez, yes sir, you guys remember. What'd he come to do though? Came to be different, man. Yes, sir. Clean. That is different. Well, appreciate you guys for staying tuned. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, do whatever you guys got to do to keep me on your timeline, man. It is Kriispy, and that is Kriispy. We out of here. Peace.